I remember when the world changed forever after 9/11. At that time in my life, I had not given much thought to what Muslims believe or even to what goes on the other side of the world. I remember how the world got a whole lot smaller on that day. And how America was forced to be reminded about the pluralistic nature of a world that has so many different expressions of faith living in it. Globalization has forced us to take religion more seriously because its various manifestations are now all around us in society. So, what is it about religion? Is religion the problem? One could certainly make an argument that religion has the power to deceive and corrupt people into doing things that they would not otherwise do in the name of God. Christopher Hitchens, in his book, God is Not Great, How Religion Poisons Everything, makes the argument that religion is the cause of all of the greatest evils in this world and should be either greatly discouraged or outright banned altogether. In his book, he wrote, "Violent, irrational, intolerant, allied to racism and tribalism and bigotry, invested in ignorance and hostile to free inquiry, contemptuous of women and coercive towards children. Organized religion has an awful lot to be held accountable for." Hitchens doesn't hold back. And his harsh words give voice to what many secular humanists have now come to believe about those of us who practice our faith. They say, you can believe in something, but too much belief in anything will inevitably lead to bad things. Have faith in a God? Fine. But know that that faith is eventually going to lead to crusades, inquisitions, and suicide bombers. Is Hitchens right? Is the institution of religion responsible for all of the greatest evils in this world? Well, of course not. If it was, I would be at the wrong job. Because people have practiced their faith peacefully for centuries. And the church has been on the front lines of pushing back the darkness in this world. Injustice, oppression, and yes, evil. The gates of hell will not stand against her. And I would argue to my friend Hitchens that secularism is just as capable of manipulating people into corruption as religion can be. No, people can do horrific things in the name of secularism as well as in the name of God. Take God out of the equation and you're just going to replace God with something else, like nationalistic pride. Secular societies have not cracked that code in history. And some, like myself, would argue without a universal moral compass, it could be much, much worse. And so, no, Hitchens, I respectfully disagree. The enemy is not picky in the vehicle in which he uses for his purposes.